This podcast is based on a true story. Viewer discretion advised. Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, one of the top 100 podcasts in Slovakia. Now, here are your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. I'm Darin.
I'm Mike.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. You?
What up?
Fantastic. Zing! Dope! Sup, dork? That's how my kid greets me. My kid, my youngest kid, walks into the room. Okay. Sup, dorks?
Sup, dorks?
Yeah, he got it from Spider-Man.
Is that a Spider-Man thing?
It was Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, good Lord.
So Cameron saw that. Whenever he walks into the room, sup, dorks? It's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Smack him around, but that's illegal.
We can go down to Kentucky and do that. They still allow it in Kentucky.
Woo!
Yep.
Here we go.
This is episode 34 of Irritable Dad Syndrome.
34.
We're very excited to be here, and we're hoping that you're excited. We're hoping that everybody's with us. We're hoping that all of our regulars, and we're hoping there's some new people listening to us each week.
We've gotten some new people from Mexico.
Yeah.
And Slovakia.
I know. What's with that?
I don't know, but it's wonderful. It's great. Like we're multi-continental now.
Okay, so about
we were already multi-continental.
Well, yeah, but about week 3 or 4, I was trying very hard to reach out to our international audience.
Okay.
Now, I have a friend who is from Australia. I reached out to her and I begged her, can you reach out to every person you know in Australia and ask them to download an episode of our podcast? Yeah. And she said, sure, I'll get on it. Nothing ever happened.
But they don't know people down there. They know 2 spiders and a snake.
And a kangaroo and a wallaby.
Yeah.
And a
koala and a pear tree.
Yeah. So that never happened.
Okay.
And then I have a friend in Canada, and I think she downloaded 1 episode. I think
we've got a lot of 1 episode.
So that was our hit in Canada. But I was trying so hard. I'm like, by God, we're going to get an Australian audience if it kills me. That never happened. We did absolutely nothing to reach out to our Mexican fans and our Slovakian fans. And now we're one of the top 100 podcasts.
We were number 52
in Slovakia.
Was it 52 or 58?
58.
Yeah.
And then we went to 107
in like a couple of minutes. But here's the thing, is that we are a very small podcast, which is another way of saying that we're very desperate for people to like us.
Oh, God, yes.
So when we get a new person listening, we go all out. We have Dave Lay make a
new open
thing.
We've already got we
do that. We start calling them out uncomfortably.
Yes.
Like multiple times. Like our listener, just ask the person in France.
Our listener in France.
They're like, oh my gosh, am I the only person listening in France? Yes. You're the only person listening in France.
We have one listener in France, and we have begged this person. I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah.
We have begged our listener in France to come on the show.
How many shows do you listen to that would like name the street that you live on and say, our viewer on blah, blah, blah street?
Well,
and you're like, they're talking about me.
Do we know what street?
No. We just know the country. But
okay.
Here they would know that you're in the US.
I know you could narrow it down quicker in France than you can here in the United States.
Yeah.
But still. Yeah. But anyway, so welcome to our Mexican fans. Welcome to our Slovakian fans.
Yeah.
Welcome to, hopefully, maybe this week. Maybe this will be the week. We get Australian fans.
Yeah, write us. Here's the deal.
Okay.
If you're in Mexico,
right,
tell us something happening in Mexico that you want us to talk about.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And we will talk about it with authority. Mm-hmm. Like we know what we're talking about.
Right.
If you are in Slovakia, send us a Slovakian fact.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, send us something that you love about Slovakia.
Yeah. What does Slovakia do that no one else does like they do in Slovakia?
That's a good question.
Do they have the best pancakes? We know that Belgium has the best waffles.
Yes.
We know that France has the best frog legs and snails. Mm-hmm. We know that Germany has the best
hamburgers
and tanks.
And cars.
And cars.
Let's go through all the countries in Europe.
We know that Spain has the best Spanish people. Actually, I've been to Spain. Spain is nice. It has nice
I hear
streets.
I hear
the streets
beautiful.
are nice. There was a thing there I saw, and it was really cool.
A thing.
Yeah, it was like
you
a
want to be
gold
more
thing.
You want to be more.
Well, the Olympics were there once, and I didn't know this. This is how stupid I am. Whenever the Olympics go to a city, they like remake the city to host the Olympics.
You didn't know that?
I no. I knew that they like swept up a little bit. Yeah. Gotta kick the bums off the street.
Can you clean those windows? We got the Olympics across the street.
Mop up the urine,
exactly.
Stuff like that. Pick up the subway wrappers.
Didn't know that the cops go through and move all the hookers 4 blocks down.
But they built like statues. They built like statues and stuff. And we're walking through, and they're like, "Oh, this." I was like, "Wow, this is really." There's a lot of stuff here. And they're like, "Yeah, this is all from the Olympics." I was like, "Really?
Yeah. Huh.
It's been gone for a while. So why is all this still up here?" But
well, I know when the Olympics were in Atlanta, my friend Sandy, she went down to visit her sister who lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
And they went to a bunch of games and saw a bunch of stuff. But they opened up a House of Blues.
Just because the Olympics are coming.
Well, yeah, there's just a boatload of tourists coming in. And so they opened it up and then they had a blast. Yeah. And I don't know if it's still open or not, but it was one of those things, a lot of restaurants like, hey,
So if they held the Olympics here, would we open another Kroger?
Yes.
Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
The Olympics, the 2040 Olympics in Westchester, Ohio.
Or a Target, a Breaking Badless Walmart.
They tried. Cincinnati tried really hard to get I don't remember, I think it was the Summer Olympics. And we didn't even come close. But our point is, we've been rambling on and on and on.
The hell were we talking about?
We were talking about Slovakia.
Oh, yeah.
And our new Mexican friends who are listening to the show.
Give us a Slovakian recipe. Yeah. Send me a Slovakian recipe on the website.
Yeah.
Go to our website, irritabledadsyndrome.com.
Yeah.
Email us. There's a click there. Good Lord. There's a thing there to click to go email. Jeez. There's an email button there. Click it. And send us your favorite Slovakian recipe. We'll cook it and we'll eat it. We'll eat it on the show.
Yeah. This reminds me of on Letterman when he'd say, "You hear that, Paul? That's people changing channels." Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yes, I have been to Mexico. Yeah,
I've been to Cancun.
Okay.
And we took a cruise a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And we hit a couple of, I don't remember, a couple other towns in Mexico. I bought some really cool Christmas ornaments at this little shop. And we had really good food. And the cruise was great. Yeah. And we went, I cannot remember the name of the beach. But we were at a beach one day, beautiful white sand, and it was really something else.
So I went with the Spanish club. I was in the Spanish club.
Okay.
And we went to Mexico City, to Tasco, where we went on a pyramid. We were on one of the pyramids. I got pictures of me in one of the pyramids.
Okay.
And just the funny thing is we've got a nice picture of the pyramid from, pretty far away, where it's just in frame. If that were a wider screen camera, like in back of the day, you'd see little gift shops right on the side, selling. And they tried to sell my friend.
They just have to ruin it.
They tried to sell my friend Jamie a black dildo made out of obsidian dildo.
What better way to celebrate a trip to Mexico? And
we loved reminding him that out of all of us, he was the one they approached to sell that. And then after that, we went to Acapulco. And Acapulco blew my mind because the street on the ocean front was like what you would think Acapulco would be like. And then the other facing the other way. So if you're standing with your back to that street looking in towards Mexico, there was tons of poverty. It was it felt like they were being, what's that called?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
Taken advantage of, or like it's like all the money is on this side of the street. Like all these people were spending all this money on this side of the street, and over here you have like homeless people. And it's like no one seemed to care.
That's what it was like in Cancun. Yeah. On one side... Really? Yeah, on one side, there's beautiful resorts and hotels and beautiful clear water. You can walk out to your nose and still see your feet in the water. On the other side of Cancun, it smelled like oh my God, it smelled horrible. And if you drive 3 or 4 blocks down, out from where the resorts are, you get into really rundown rundown neighborhoods.
And I had a hard time.
And that's what Hawaii was like too.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there was a lot of poverty in Hawaii. There's beautiful resorts and hotels and just unbelievably, amazing beaches. And then you drive out a little bit past all that stuff, and unfortunately, there's a lot of poverty in those.
See, that affected my, I was thinking about that the whole time. I was maybe I'm the bleeding heart liberal of the group. I was like, but this person over here can't eat. They're just like laying there,
right,
on the ground, and there's like people over here drinking stuff out of a pink flamingo,
right.
A douchebag with his hair, some douchebag from Connecticut.
Well,
with his hair
that happened,
drinking
with his hair,
drinking a pink thing out of a flamingo, and talking about his yacht.
Unfortunately, a lot of high tourist areas are like that. So anyway,
exploited. Is that exploited?
I think
was that the word I was trying to think of?
I think so. I think so.
All right.
So anyway, big news here on the irritable dad syndrome front. Mike and I both had our second COVID shot.
You're going to be immune soon.
Yeah.
I heard 2 weeks because I posted a picture of me licking a doorknob.
Yes.
And one of my friends from college said, whoa, 2 weeks.
2 weeks before you can lick the doorknob.
So there's
you didn't even ask me. I would have told you to wait.
I don't take medical advice from you.
I tried to hug my pharmacist and she was not going to have it. Anyway, my pharmacist, when she called my name to come in and get my shot, she said, Darin? Yeah.
Well, I don't understand this.
I don't understand. I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Darin. Yeah. No one could pronounce my name. No one could spell my name.
Yeah.
That's why I tell everybody my name is Mike. So nobody could screw up Mike.
Yeah, but you don't have a weird name.
It's not, I know.
It's a common name.
Well, apparently it's not, it's not common.
Yeah.
But it's also not hard to say. It's 2 syllables.
Well, I say it's common because one of my friends when I was growing up was Darin.
I know a couple people named Darin. But still. Okay. So anyway, but very excited.
It's not like your name is Ishmael or Ahmed.
Again, I've got a friend named Thaddeus.
Bartholomew.
No one has a problem with Thaddeus.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got my second COVID shot, and a couple hours after I had it, my arm felt like I'd been punched. It was sore.
Yeah.
But I didn't have body aches.
Yeah.
And some people get nauseous. Some people feel feverish after their second shot. I was lightheaded.
Okay.
A little dizzy. I remember it was probably 9 o'clock and the kids were still up. And I was just like, I'm going to lay on the couch.
Yeah.
And I'm laying there. And I didn't want to go to bed too early because I was afraid I wouldn't sleep through the night. But I slept like 10 hours, I think.
Yeah.
So
I had massive amounts of sleep, and I had one of those continuous dreams. You ever had one of those where you have a dream, you wake up, you go about your life for a few hours, you go back to sleep, and it's like, and we're back.
I haven't had one like that.
So when I got the shot, I got home and best thought that I felt like I had a little bit of a fever, but I took my temperature and I didn't feel anything, but my forehead felt hot. I went to bed and just fell asleep, and I had one of those dreams. I had a dream that we were going somewhere, and we were trying to pack the suitcase, and I couldn't find all the stuff to put it in the suitcase.
Right.
So it's one of those dreams where I'm going around the house. Where's the thing? I need the thing. We need the thing. If we don't have the thing, they're not going to let us through the deal.
And you don't know what the thing is.
I don't know what it is. And I don't know what the thing is. And then I wake up and I go, I actually fell asleep in the couch here. I went up, I got some water, hung out with the family for a little bit, started feeling super tired again, go back to sleep, pop back in. Where's the damn thing? And I was like, oh, here we go again. I'm in the thing. Where's the damn thing? Over and over.
I have had those
for 17 hours of dreaming. And then I woke up. It was sometime Sunday. I don't know when it was. We had football games to go to. Came back, slept all the way through until Monday, until it was time to go to work.
Yeah.
And then I was fine.
Okay. Sounds rough.
It was fun. It was actually very relaxing.
I was being sarcastic.
Except for the fact that I couldn't find the thing. And I still don't even know what we were looking for.
Now, I've done that. I've had those dreams where I couldn't accomplish one thing until I accomplished this thing.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to accomplish thing A.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know what thing B is.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. It's one of them anxiety dreams.
Well, do you have recurring anxiety dreams? Because I have a recurring theme in mind.
I have had Well, as far as a theme,
Yeah.
like when I worked at the grocery store and I was new to the grocery store, I dreamed that I couldn't go to bed until I was done bagging groceries. Dude, the conveyor belt was a mile long. I was bagging and bagging and bagging and bagging and bagging. And they just would not stop.
Yeah.
And then I've had similar work dreams where, so I was on vacation, and before I left, we were getting ready to do a commercial for this credit union.
Okay.
And wrote the script, presented the idea. Yeah. They loved it. We were going to shoot it the Monday I got back. So the Friday before I left, the guy at the credit union says, I was thinking we could add this. And if he added this, it was going to screw the whole thing up. Yeah. Everything was going to. And I'm like, I don't really think you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I'll be damned if I didn't let that stick into my brain.
Yeah.
And there was one night where I was up all night long. I could not sleep because when we got back to work, I'm going to have to deal with fixing this thing.
Yeah. Mine is I'm always going to a concert, usually a U2 concert somewhere in Arizona or
Red Rocks.
No, or California. I haven't had that one, but that'll pop in there tonight.
Right.
Somewhere out there. And I'm either driving there to meet my friends, I'm flying to like Chicago to party and then flying there because sometimes these dreams take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's different every time. Sometimes I make it to the show and we meet up and I've either forgotten the tickets or something, or we get there. I had one where we actually got there and the show started and we were like watching it. It was pretty cool. And then I woke up.
Right.
I haven't had that one anymore, but for years I had that thing like over and over.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Apparently everyone's had the dream where you're in school, you go back to school.
Yeah.
And for me, I've showed up and I haven't been to school in weeks.
Yeah.
Right. I can't remember where my locker is. And then I'm like,
there's a test.
Do I go left do I have English and then math?
Yeah.
When's science? Holy crap. I didn't know what was what. And you get into class and my teacher said, whoa, hey, check it out, everybody. Mr. Cox has had to come back to school. And it was the day of the final exam. And I woke up and it literally took me a few minutes of being awake to realize, oh my God, I've already graduated high school. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I've graduated college.
Well, I was going to ask you.
That was 30 years ago.
I was going to ask you because mine follow me where I'm going. So like when I had them about high school and then I had them about Ohio University and then me and Bess went to UD and I had them about messing up in UD. Like I'm going to fail out. I'm going to waste all this money and blah, blah, blah. And then I went to school with my last company they sent me and that one's stuck. I still have dreams about that where I'm like, it's like the third day and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But then periodically I have the one where I have no pants and I'm sitting in biology class,
Well, I dream about walking around with no pants because I'm often walking around with no pants, but that's another story for another podcast.
Yeah.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Diff Liquid Concentrated Wallpaper Stripper. With its unique enzyme action, Diff dissolves old paste and cuts wallpaper removal time in half. Diff is fast and easy, just like my high school girlfriend. And no steamer is needed. Now I know you're sitting there saying, Dave, that's bull, but I'm serious. No steamer is needed when removing wallpaper with Diff. Diff is the only one that really works. Look for Diff wherever quality wallpaper stripper is sold.
I got my COVID shot on Saturday and went home and chilled out. On Sunday, my lovely wife, is driving us home from church and she surprises everybody. She takes a right where she would normally keep going straight down the road. And then she pulls into Arby's. And we're all like, what are you doing? Because she never, ever pulls into Arby's.
Arby's isn't really something you spring on people.
Well, she says, I'm getting everybody a treat.
Oh.
She says, how would you like to have milkshakes? And everybody's like, well, yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah, milkshakes. And she's like, I'm craving a Jamocha shake. And so...
the hell's a Jamocha shake?
It's coffee-flavored milkshake, and it's delicious.
Okay.
You don't know what Jamocha is?
I do now. You told me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So we pull in.
I'm really trying not to take you down rabbit holes this episode.
Like last week.
I'm going one question and done. Either I get it or I don't. We're going on. That one I got.
Okay.
All right.
So she orders 2 small Jamocha shakes for me and her, 2 small vanilla shakes for the boys.
Okay. All vanilla, good choice.
Yes.
Tell them I'm proud of them.
I will.
Okay.
We get in there, and the lady hands us the 2 Jamocha shakes and the 4 straws, and she says it'll be a minute on the other 2 shakes. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we keep thinking they're going to tell us to pull forward, and then they'll bring it out. Finally, a guy comes in and he says, I apologize. Our machine has frozen up. We're not able to make... And the look on the kid's face is like, what?
Was he messing with you?
No.
Are you serious?
No, he says, our machine it's frozen up. We can't make the 4th milkshake that you ordered. Because we ordered 2 Jamochas and 2 vanillas. So it's 4.
One of the kids gets a vanilla.
One of the kids doesn't get a shake at all. Or they split one, right?
Yeah.
And so, and with kids, we're going to have to split one, or one of us doesn't get one. Either option's bad.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight for it. Yeah.
Actually, the kids said, "Well, we can split that one." Yeah, they were pretty cool with it. So I'm going to give a shout out to Arby's. They were very cool.
Okay.
They said, "We'll give you a refund," and we said, "Okay." So we figured they would refund us the 1 milkshake that we didn't get.
Yeah,
they refunded us all 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So here's your complete total back. We are apologizing for this, and thank you for coming to Arby's. And we're like, okay, cool. Wow, so we got 3 free milkshakes because they couldn't give us a 4th one. Wow. So thank you, Arby's.
That was nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
All right.
Yeah. I was afraid to come here tonight because Mike told me that he has been fasting.
Here's the deal. I use apps to guide my health, like any normal American. Like to watch the calories or when I'm doing that. I've been using Noom forever, and I'm sick of Noom. Okay. Because it's not helping. Okay. I weigh more now on Noom than I weighed before I started using it.
So are you doing what Noom tells you to?
Noom doesn't know what it's talking about.
So it's Noom's fault.
Yeah. It's not engaging me properly.
Okay.
So I read
Damn you,
I read about fasting. I'm like, I want to try fasting. All right. So I got an app called Do Fasting. Okay.
Clever name.
Aptly named. Yeah, you had the same reaction Best did.
What are we going to name this app about fasting? How about Do Fasting?
Here's the thing.
Because that's what people are going to do.
It doesn't tell you what's coming. It doesn't. See, Noom would tell you what you're about to do, what's happening. Do Fasting, you put it, you install it, and it says, okay, you can eat for 12 hours, and then you'll have to fast for 12 hours. When are you going to start eating? So I looked at my, I just started lunch. It was 11:30, so I'm like, 11:30. I said, okay, you can eat whatever you want till 11:30 p.m. It's like, holy crap.
Whatever you want from 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m.
This is my dream.
12-hour.
This is my dream diet. All right. And then I have to not eat in my sleep, and then maybe skip my oatmeal in the morning.
I'm sorry, but I imagine that for you, that may be a problem.
So, okay, I do that. I tell Bess about this new app and what I'm doing. And she says, what? So it just told you it just said, don't eat breakfast, basically. I said, no. It said, eat from 11:30 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. and then fast from 11:30 p.m. to 11:30 a.m. She said, what are you going to eat at 11:30 a.m.? I said, lunch. And she said, you're not going to eat after 11:30 p.m. She usually go to bed at 11 anyway. Were you going to stay up an extra half hour and eat? And I was like, I might.
I think you will.
I did.
I know you did.
So then the next day, it checks in with you at 11:30. Hey, a little notification on my phone. I click it. It says, hey, did you make it? Did you do it? I was like, yeah. I skipped oatmeal today.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 190 pounds and buff in a couple of weeks. And then it says, okay, so now you can eat what you want until 9:30. And the tires screeched in my brain. I was like, whoa, no. And I felt like, you feel the pit in your stomach,
right.
Doom. What have I signed up for here? So I'm like, I can still 9:30, 9:30 is typically when I start eating really bad things.
That's
usually when the pickle chips and the Cadbury mini eggs come out.
Well, I remember you and I used to have that in common.
Yeah.
At 8:30, 9 o'clock, that's when you usually get a bowl of cereal. Because I don't know what it is about the nighttime bowl of cereal that tastes better than the morning bowl of cereal.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Okay. I can see how that'll make me lose weight. So I do it the next day. Check in 11:30. Bing. Okay. 7:30. Hold on. And then it says, try limiting your calories to 2,000. I'm like, okay, well, that's typical, And then I get through it, but it was harder. It was hard to get to 11:30 and not eat if you're eating like an idiot. Okay.
Right.
So then it pops up, and it's insidious because it says something like, was that tough? Yeah. What did you eat? And you tell it. It's like, well, maybe you should eat more fruit.
Is it safe?
Maybe you should eat more vegetables. Maybe you should quit shoveling this shit.
So it talks to you like it's your wife.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I'm on day 6 now. Okay. I'm cheating a little bit because I'm technically ingesting calories and it's 8 o'clock. But I have lost in 6 days 5 pounds.
Okay.
And I've cheated before I've drank a lot of water and then peed and all this stuff in the morning. And they're like, I lost 2 pounds. And I've done that. And I am staying almost entirely hydrated because you want to drink water because it's something to put in your system.
Right.
Yeah. And today I actually wanted to eat healthier foods because they make me feel, I know you're looking at me odd, they make me feel fuller longer. And that right now is more important to me. I've had this weird moment. Now tell me, there's probably health nuts out there that are screaming, yes, 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 and shaking their head at their podcast thingy. When I eat things that high in fiber and things like that, I feel fuller. And then when I'm done eating, I tell myself I ate whatever I want to tell myself I ate. Mm-hmm. So today, when I was finished with lunch, I just convinced myself I ate a whole basket of Peeps. I didn't. Right. I ate a normal lunch, but I was full and happy. So I'm going to delude myself. That's my plan. I got to make it till June. I think it said July is when I'm going to possibly either June or July,
right,
depending on how hard I go. Mm-hmm. I will hit my target weight, and then I'll be set. And then I'm perfectly happy. Yo-yo dieting gets a lot of bad press.
It does.
But I'm going to get 190, and I'm going to yo-yo between that and 200. Every time I hit 90, I'm going to go on a bender. I'm eating Cadbury mini eggs. We're getting pancakes for every meal, all that, until I get to 200. And then I'm going to fast my way back down to 190.
190. I did the Whole 30 once.
Whole 30?
The Whole 30 diet with my wife.
What is that?
Oh, my God. On the Whole 30, you eliminate fruit, bread, milk, sugar.
Oh.
And I want to say something else.
Okay. Yeah.
So that means that there's nothing at all you can drink. Like literally nothing, because you can't drink...
you can drink water.
You can drink water, yes.
Yeah. And coffee. Can you drink coffee?
Black coffee.
Okay.
I don't drink black coffee.
I drink black coffee.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I inject it.
Yeah, it's nasty. I cannot drink black coffee.
Okay.
So by day 3, I was a monster. Okay. I was irritable.
Yeah.
I was bitchy.
Okay.
I was hungry.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was starving.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yeah.
And it's because, none of that stuff that you were eating keeps you full.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Right. That's what I've been learning. Yeah.
And oh my God. But finally at day 3, I said, look, I told my wife, I said, I have to drink milk. Okay. Yeah. I'm drinking milk. I'm adding dairy. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
You can't stop me, woman. Do not make me. And she's like, okay. She stepped back a little bit. You can add milk back. I was like, because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And with the Whole 30, oh my God, we went to the store and bought just like a mountain avalanche. Now listen, I like produce. Okay. I like vegetables. I will eat vegetables. But we were buying squash. Yeah.
When you've bought squash,
you get a giant squash and then you shred it and you make spaghetti squash out of it. Okay? And you eat that.
You need to rethink your life choices at that point.
I know. You eat that instead of pasta. Okay?
Right.
And then you make something instead of a typical tomato sauce. And then we were baking cauliflower and we were baking this.
I've been there with the cauliflower. You delude yourself as much as you want. I make cauliflower hot wings. It's not.
Oh, Jesus, don't. Oh, no.
They were disgusting.
No, I would rather just not eat than to eat a cauliflower hot wing.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing was, I'd go to the store and I would buy all the stuff that they recommended you eat. And we would come home and it would take a couple of hours of prepping. And we had the entire refrigerator packed full of our Tupperware containers with squash and cut up this and diced up this vegetable and this. And it would make like 2 servings. We would all that prep for very little food. Yeah. And it was exhausting. Yeah. It was absolutely exhausting. Now, did I lose weight? Yeah. Did we lose our mind? Yeah. We did. And, should we have stayed with that or something similar? Yeah. Yeah. Had we stayed with it, we would have, because I lost some weight and then I put it all back on.
I don't know. See, when you get into like food substitution, which that word popped in my head when you're talking about the squash, making it like spaghetti. I don't know. I have a problem with that. Like, because I want spaghetti. Like if I want that, I want that texture. Right. It may look like spaghetti, but it doesn't taste like spaghetti. Yeah. It doesn't feel like spaghetti.
It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. I did like it, but it took forever.
Yeah.
We interrupt this program for a special announcement. Congratulations to our one listener in France, Irritable Dad Syndrome's Listener of the Week. This has been a special announcement.
This fasting thing, the fact that it's cutting me off before the devil food creeps in is, that's worth it already. And so Bess was making the statement, well, did you really need an app to tell you that you shouldn't be eating Cadbury mini eggs, Doritos, and dill pickle chips at night?
Question.
It's like, yeah, I kind of do. I'm kind of a conformist.
You're not supposed to eat after 8 o'clock.
I know, and they did the whole thing with the gremlins. That was kind of that whole thing. Don't feed them after midnight.
Right. Because you're inactive. The food just comes in. It just sits on you.
Yeah, but they forget to mention that people who work for a living and have kids, that's the magic hour when you're not working and the kids are in bed.
That's right.
Now it's daddy's time, and daddy want pickle chips.
Yes. Daddy wants a bowl of cereal. Yeah.
Daddy wants all the ice cream. Forget scooping out of the pint. Cut down the sides of the pint.
Right out the box.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Peel the cardboard off.
I know.
And you got a little Fez hat of happiness sitting there right there in your bowl.
Do you know how many times Libby and I bought cookie dough for the last time?
I never got to that point.
Yeah. For the last time, this is the last roll of cookies we're gonna do that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like a roll of cookie dough and just eating it like a candy bar.
Oh no, we bake them.
Okay.
I mean, occasionally, a little piece of cookie dough might fall in my mouth and I'll eat it.
That's not healthy. That's not good for you. You have raw eggs and you'll get like botulism.
Whatever, it hasn't killed me yet. But yeah, I don't know how many times we've bought a box of Duncan Hines brownie mix for the last time. Totally lost count of how many times I bought a box of Little Debbie Swiss cake rolls. For the last time. Oh my God, I love those.
The nutty bars.
I love Little Debbie Swiss rolls as much as I love either of my children.
I was addicted to nuts.
Little Debbie, please send some our way.
I was addicted to Kroger's hot and spicy nuts for a long time. They have 3 Kroger's nuts that I love: the hot and spicy, the honey roasted nuts.
Oh no, I love honey roasted
and the toffee nuts. Now the
toffee nuts?
I got some up there. I'll give you some before you go.
Yeah.
They look like the eggs in Alien that come out and face huggers are in them.
Yeah,
that's what they look like.
Okay,
they're good.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I will do.
You thought I had more of the story than that. That's it.
I did. Yeah, I will definitely try.
They're really good.
The toffee nuts.
Yeah.
So now, what were you telling me when we got here about oat milk?
Okay, here's the deal. I've been having a problem with dairy for a while.
That's why you were farting like nobody's business last week.
That's been going on for years, but I've powered through it. But
not last week.
Within the past, it's been going on for a couple of years. I have trouble with the knowledge that this came from a cow's udder. It really bothers me. But there's been no other options. Almond. I know that. Intellectually, I know that. I don't want to know that when I'm looking at my bowl of cereal. or when I'm eating ice cream. I don't want to know that this came from a cow's teat. So one of the people that I follow, one of the podcasts I listen to, Scott Johnson, he tweeted out that he's, of all the fake milks, oat milk is his pick. So I'll try some oat milk. I'm impressionable. So I got a carton of oat milk and I started drinking it. So Bess does what any normal spouse would do. She sees me drinking the oat milk and she says, "What's with the freaking oat milk?"
Right.
And
who are you trying to impress?
I told her, I was like, I can't, I just, we got into this whole discussion about almond milk, and she says, there's a debate of whether almond milk is almond juice.
I hate it.
There's a debate on that, whether it's almond juice or almond milk.
It's not milk.
Because there's not on almonds.
No.
And I said there's not on oats.
No.
But here's the deal.
Those are the smallest damn I've ever seen.
Here's the deal. There's no cow involved in oat milk. And I said, if you're going to drink milk, all right, or eat cereal with cow milk, you have to be comfortable with driving by a pasture, stopping your car, going out to the nearest cow, getting down on the ground, putting part of their udder in your mouth and sucking that out and ingesting it and liking it. That's why I can't drink milk. I will drink oat milk. If someone pours me a glass of milk, I just stare at it and I think that was in a cow's in a period.
I love milk so much I could drink it if it came out of the cow's butt.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's where chocolate milk comes from.
Now, ice cream. So, the obvious question is, well, how do you do ice cream? I love ice cream.
Yeah,
ice cream is far enough removed.
It's not
that I can deal with it.
It's not.
I can deal with it.
It's not.
It's like Cricket bars. They sell Cricket bars now.
No,
you can get a protein bar made out of cricket protein, basically ground up crickets. If you go to It's Sugar over here in Liberty Center, they sell packets of crickets, sugar-coated crickets.
Sugar-coated crickets.
Yes, and you can eat them. Now, you could almost, there's no way in hell I'm going to eat, there's no way I would ever walk down here in the basement, see a cricket, and pop one in my mouth.
Right.
Okay? I am more likely to, but still highly unlikely to, buy a bag of sugar-coated crickets and eat one. Now, if you give me a protein bar and you say it's made out of cricket protein, if you pay me enough money on a dare, I might take a nibble of it. Fig Newtons, they come from, you've heard the thing about Fig Newtons. They have like wasps. They're made out of wasp.
The hell are you talking about? Fig Newtons are made out of
figs.
Are made out of figs, which is a fruit.
Yeah.
It's not made out of wasps or bumblebees.
Yeah.
Or hornets.
Figs themselves are fruit that grow around a dead wasp.
That grow around, but it's still not made out of wasp.
It's made out of wasp.
No, it's not.
It's using the wasp.
You are full of crap.
It's using wasp to make that.
Okay. I'm going to stop right now. You are no longer allowed to talk on this episode of the podcast.
Oat milk, and I will agree. When I drank it and I used it, you asked me about the protein when I make the protein shake.
Right.
I use oat milk. It's pretty good.
What's it taste like?
Have you ever had almond milk?
Yes.
Okay.
I hated almond milk.
Okay. So
is it flavored oat milk?
No.
Okay.
There are flavored ones, but I got the standard. I want the classic.
Okay.
I don't like, I can't take almond milk. I don't like it.
Okay. I
oat
can't
milk.
stand
Oat milk is in between almond milk and cow milk. It's closer to cow milk. If it's cold enough and you're convincing yourself that it's cow milk, you almost think you're drinking cow milk.
Right.
And then when
you're full of it.
In my mind, when I start to go like, oh my God, I'm drinking out of an udder, I'm like, no, this is an oat. I'm drinking an oat.
But it doesn't bother you when you eat a burger that the animal that it was slaughtered.
That's starting to I'm heading towards being a vegan. I am.
Okay.
I'm heading that way.
Okay.
I told you the Ninja items that we have, the Ninja food items.
Right.
So it has the ability to cook a small chicken. So I wanted to do that. We did it a couple of weeks ago, and I had a real problem with that. Like touching the chicken and putting it in there and then eating it. I felt really guilty. You can ask Bess. I felt really bad. I was like,
believe you.
And I eat chicken. Like chicken is my jam. I eat chicken all the time.
Okay.
But something about holding the chicken and the skin I mean, the only thing that was separating this from a live chicken is that a live chicken has feathers and it's walking around.
There's a few more things. The only thing that's separating this dead chicken from a live chicken is, well, one of them's dead.
I had a problem.
Stupidest.
I had a problem. I had trouble getting to sleep that night.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. It was rough.
God, well, all I know is
I may be a vegan. The next time, this time next year, I may be a vegan. I may be like 120 pounds and have BO and armpit hair coming off.
Wait,
the
you
top
don't
of
have
my
armpit
shoulder,
hair now?
like coming off my shoulder.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know that was synonymous.
You see
with
me
being
start wearing
a vegan.
bead necklaces and listening to Dave Matthews.
What would you say?
Wear my sandals and judge you.
This portion of the Irritable Dad Syndrome podcast is brought to you by Bone Suckin' Mustard. It's not mustard unless it's Bone Suckin' Mustard. Don't Google it at work. Trust me. Bone Suckin' Mustard. We're talking serious.
We were talking about cereal earlier, and I was telling you that we've been watching a lot of shows on Hulu, and on Hulu, we don't have the Hulu without the commercials, so we get to see all these fun commercials that you typically don't see. Okay. And they've been advertising jumbo snacks, Kellogg's jumbo snacks.
What the hell is that?
It's cereal. it's cereal.
Okay.
Bigger pieces of cereal. So every time
they have enlarged cereal pieces and you eat them like Doritos.
Exactly.
That's just what I need with this fasting thing.
Yeah, I know. Every time we see the commercial, the kids like jumbo snacks, woo. So I'm at Kroger. I'm doing the shopping. I pass them by. What the hell? Let's buy some jumbo snacks. So I buy the Fruit Loop jumbo snacks, and it's a bag about the size of what you'd put in your kid's lunchbox for potato chips. And it's Fruit Loops, but they're bigger.
You know, whenever...
and I'm like,
okay.
There was somebody who said, hey, how about we make the pieces bigger and we put it in a bag and they'll be jumbo snacks. And like, I love that, Roger. Yes. And they run with it.
I don't know. I gotta go.
Just grab a handful of cereal.
I gotta go with the silly putty theory. Is that somebody screwed up in the factory?
Yes.
That the guy in charge of making the size right was asleep on the job. All of a sudden, all these big Fruit Loops came out. Supervisor said, "I'm going to get fired."
No, I know what it was. One of the pieces of Fruit Loops got bitten by a radioactive spider. Got ginormous, hulked out.
Yeah.
And then what they did was they just franchised on it and made these jumbo pieces of cereal.
Yeah.
But
we can make a buck off these things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't have to throw the whole thing out.
I don't know about you, but I'm about to go out to the lobby and get myself a treat. Now back to our program.
I've become addicted to Starbucks in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible because they take the absolute longest to get coffee. And okay, so I'm in the drive-through. All right. I'm used to people in the morning when I'm getting coffee, I want someone to say, "Can I help you?" I want to say, "I want a large black coffee and a bottle of water." And that's it. That's what I say. And then I want them to say, "Okay, we'll see you at the window." And I want to pay them, and I want to go on with my life. That's what I want at 6:30 in the morning when I'm making these transactions. Okay.
Right.
Starbucks is, I hear there's a voice, and I know her name has to be Brittany, or if the guy has got to be Skylar.
Oh no,
you know, like,
not another Skylar.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. How can I help you? You know, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
and you have to say, when you're at Starbucks, you have to say a grande. You can't say large.
That's stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
and their normal coffee is Pike. So if I'm at a normal place, the Pike Place roast, all right? If I'm at a normal coffee place, if I go into any normal coffee place, I want a large coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It says everything. I want a coffee, and I want it large.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And a bottle of water.
That's all you need to know.
Okay. If you say, I want a large coffee, they will question you. Do you want a Pike? And then you'll say, what's a Pike?
Right.
And they'll say, that's our medium roast. And you'll say, what are the other choices? They have a blonde, and then they have whatever the hell their dark roast is. It changes all the time, you know, and you say, no, I want a medium roast. Okay, you want the Pike. So to avoid that conversation, I've acquiesced. And I say Pike.
Acquiesce.
I acquiesced, and I said, I will get a Pike. I still didn't give on the large versus grande because that pisses me off.
Right.
There's memes. There's a comedy routine about it. I stand strong on that. I have stood strong. I want a large pike. And then they do one of two things. They either correct you. Do you want a grande pike or a tall pike? And I don't know. Those are two different dimensions. I don't know what those are. Or they just say, okay, you want a grande pike. And for something about that pisses me off more than anything. It's like, no, I said a large pike. I didn't buy into your corporate idea or whatever your mission statement of what large is grande in your world.
Right.
But anyway, so now I just don't want to talk to them. So I say a grande pike. All right. And they're always so excited to get that. They're so excited that if they have a bottle of water, go around and get the thing. So what bothers me about all this stuff is the cheeriness. I can't take that level of cheery.
Right.
I want to go back to Dunkin' and the other places where they're not as cheery. But now I'm so jacked up, I've gotten used to the Starbucks level of caffeine. I can't go back. It's like I'm hooked on the good stuff.
Not, Mike.
You know,
look,
I'm
if
hooked.
You can fast, you can go somewhere else.
This is the one thing. I'm fat. That's the reason I have to do this is because I am fasting. I got to give myself something good. But I'm going to snap on one of these Brittany's or Skylar's.
Why are you going someplace to get your coffee? Don't you have a Keurig?
We
Don't
do.
You have a coffee maker at home?
Yeah.
Can't you brew coffee and save the $7 every morning?
A, it's $4. And
if it's $4, it might as well be $7.
And B, you have to wash a coffee mug for that. And you have to know where the coffee mug top and the coffee thing
and you don't, bottom. Do you?
I don't know where any of that.
Do you want me to help you
is.
find some things, Mike?
Yeah, I wouldn't put you through that.
I have never had coffee at Starbucks.
Really?
Never. I've never had coffee at Dunkin'.
It's dry. You ever heard somebody say a dry wine or a dry, I
don't know what that means because it's still
it's wet.
I know it's wet.
Yeah. Well, when somebody's because I happen to be drinking a wine right now. Someone says this is a dry wine. I know what that texture is.
What does that mean?
It's less water. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to pretend like I know. Right. I don't know. It's got a weird, like your aftertaste. You know, like cotton mouth. Like if you're thirsty, you have that after you take a drink of it.
That sounds delicious.
It's wonderful. That's why you get the bottle of water.
But no, I can't see myself paying $4 for a coffee that I don't know if it's big or small or what. Yeah. And then they don't have a small, do they? They have a medium.
It's a tall something and a grande.
Okay.
Tall, venti, and grande. That's the meme. It's like three different languages.
Those are three?
Those are the three.
So what is tall? Is that the small?
Yeah.
And then venti is medium, and grande
is large.
Okay. Yeah,
they can't just say small, medium, or large. And it's annoying because it's an American company. They've incorporated some other language into their thing, and the question is why? You're an American company. You're selling coffee to Americans. Or if you're not selling it to Americans, you're selling it to the people whose language you've taken over, and they all know that you're an American company.
Right.
So who are you fooling?
Nobody.
Right.
No, it reminds me of the Brian Regan routine. If you go to Netflix, his new comedy special is on Netflix. I strongly recommend you watching it. He talks about whoever came up with the rules for tennis, the score. And it's just like the same premise at Starbucks.
15 love, whatever.
Right. Right. Why don't you do 1, 2, 3, 4? Why don't you do small, medium, large? Come on. It's not that hard. You don't have to take small, medium, and large and make that complicated.
If you go there, they can get a banana nut bread. They call it.
That sounds delicious. Except it has nuts in it.
They call it banana nut loaf.
Oh God, you're not buying a whole loaf of bread.
So I always call it banana nut bread. When you get it at the drive-through, they just hand it out to you, and it's in a paper package. If you ever go in to the Starbucks and watch them, they pull it out of basically like a little Debbie snack cakes box,
like an Entenmann box.
It's like individually cellophane wrapped from the factory. They unwrap it, they put it in this paper, paper container.
That's fresh.
Yes, and then the paper container basically says, "We just made this here fresh for you." And then they hand it to you. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why I go there. I go there all the time. I'm going to go there tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm going to bitch about them.
Make coffee here.
I'm going to
make coffee at home.
Yeah,
and then
I should. I should. I do that sometimes.
Save the $4 every day.
Well, there's coffee at work too. It's weird.
There's
it's like
coffee at work.
I could drink coffee here.
See, this is where
I could drink coffee at work. It's a 20-minute drive. I'm spending this money.
You don't need to spend the money.
20-minute drive.
That's money you could blow on CDs, concert tickets.
That's true.
You could buy another black T-shirt. You could buy another pair of Spider-Man and Superman pajama pants that you wear on your weekly jog. You could buy anything with that $4 that you're spending every day going to Starbucks.
Yeah. $4 a day in 30 days. That's $120.
That's, good math.
Good Lord.
I know. You could start smoking again.
That's almost $1,500 a year.
Yeah, it is. Now, see, when I used to work at the station, I've been working from home for over a year now. The station bought White Castle coffee.
Yeah, I've never had White Castle coffee.
It's great.
Is it? Why?
Yeah.
Why? What's it like? What coffee is it like? I need comparison. Dunkin'?
I don't know. Sanka? I don't know. It's just like a can of JFG. You open up the thing and then it's coffee. It's delicious.
Okay.
So, we would drink the White Castle coffee.
Yeah.
I would bring in my own creamer, and everybody was totally happy with the coffee there.
You use the powder creamer or the stuff in the fridge?
No.
Coffee mate in the fridge?
No,
vanilla?
Coffee mate. Get out of here with your coffee mate.
Oh, all right. You're going fancy.
No, it's not fancy, but it's delicious. There is this Almond Joy flavored coffee creamer.
Almond Joy, like the candy bar Almond Joy?
Yeah. Almond Joy flavored coffee creamer.
Sweet Jesus on a pogo stick.
Yes.
Where is this stuff sold?
Kroger.
Really?
Yeah.
The Kroger that I go to and we love and we talk about all the time?
That's the one. Yeah, they have Almond Joy flavored coffee creamer. They also have Cold Stone Creamery flavored coffee
my Lord.
Yeah, shut up. They have Fruity Pebbles flavored coffee creamer, which I haven't. They do.
No, they don't.
They do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't bought that
All right.
because I'm not a psychopath.
I'm going to try those.
I love the Almond Joy flavored coffee creamer.
Okay.
My wife got me hooked on.
Do you like Almond Joys? Like the candy bar?
No, but I like the coffee creamer.
Okay.
My wife loves Almond Joys.
Does it have a coconut tinge to it? Why don't you like Almond Joys? Because of the coconut?
Because the coconut. It's a texture thing. Okay, it squeaks. The coconut squeaks on my teeth. I'm not a fan of coconut.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. You can dislike me all you want.
It's like the shredded wheat of nature.
I like shredded wheat.
You're listening to Irritable Dad Syndrome, now with anti-cavity protection.
The other day I went to the dentist. I had my cleaning. And
they take the old Brillo pad to your jowls.
You'd think.
Yeah.
I love my dentist. I do. I actually kind of look forward to going to the dentist because usually the lady who cleans my teeth is funny, and my dentist is really funny, and he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
And there was one day I was getting my teeth cleaned. This is like a year or so ago.
Okay.
And the lady, the dental assistant cleaning my teeth, she'd asked me, she said, I was watching the news the other day, and I could have swore, is that you on the TV when the news opens up, the animation that comes on?
Are you on there?
And I was like, well, I was like, yeah. And I'm up there for like a second.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
A second, right? And they did this animation, and I'm holding a camera, and I turn to the right, a little bit, and then WLWT, and it kicks on whatever. Yeah. I'm on it for like a second. She recognized me from that.
You're famous.
I know.
Wow.
So I used to be. Anyway, what I did was I grabbed a screen grab of that, and I autographed it, and I took it to my dentist's office. And for the longest time, if they knew I was coming in, they would put it up on the wall, and they would have it's not on there now. And I was very angry.
Oh, man.
Because I'm like, I don't know where my picture is. Yeah. I want it back up. Anyway, I had a different lady cleaning my teeth.
Okay.
She's also very nice.
Yeah.
She was going to town on my teeth.
All right.
Like with the scraper. Like, do you want to just take the teeth out, clean them, and put them back in?
Put them in a rock tumbler.
Exactly. I think it might be a little bit easier there, but But I got the biggest kick because, the music's playing and she starts singing. while she's cleaning my teeth.
What music is playing while they're cleaning your teeth?
Like the Eagles and James Taylor and, dentist music. But, because she's like, I got a peaceful, easy feeling. Is everything okay with the kids? I'm like, I love when the dentist asks you a question when they have fingers and hands in your mouth.
They have to know that that's a thing. I mean, Bill Cosby talked about that in the 70s. Exactly. It's been a thing for like 50 years at this point.
Well, that's when they talk to you after your mouth is numb.
Yeah.
I'm talking when there's like 4 hands in your mouth.
Yeah.
Years ago at my dentist when I lived in Tennessee. And I'm convinced that Dr. Dyer was doing this on purpose to me. I'm laying down there and I'm getting a filling or something complicated. I was in there for a long time. And he starts talking to his dental assistant.
Okay.
And he said, I saw this movie on TV the other day. It was, oh boy, I can't remember the name of it. It was it was that guy, he was in prison and he's, at the end, he escapes from prison. It's him and the African-American guy. And I'm thinking Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
And she's like, oh God, was it Escape from Alcatraz? He's like, no, that had Clint Eastwood in it. And they're like, drilling, and he's like, no. And, I can't remember the actor's name. And I'm sitting there going, you okay there? You just want to just Shawshank Redemption. It was the Shawshank Redemption with Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, directed by Frank Darabont. God, they were killing me. Lord.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah,
Can I tell you
please.
something that just happened live on the show just now?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I check to see who's downloaded our show, and I saw a download happened while we're on the air.
Sweet.
Of the new episode.
Nice.
So I wanted to see, you can look at the last location where people came from.
Yeah.
It's a France.
Yes.
We have 2 people in France.
We have 2 listeners. Yes. Sweet Jesus. We have 2 listeners in France.
And one of them's listening to last week's episode while we're recording this one.
I would like to officially take this time to welcome our new listener in France.
And we spent all that time at the beginning of the episode saying, now you're the only episode or the only person in France.
Right.
Now you're not. Now you're one of 2. You're 50% of our French population.
Well, there's some big news happening. Yeah. Well,
the monkey's running crazy through Cincinnati.
Yes. 5 monkeys on the loose in Price Hill.
They know it's 5. They know it's 5.
I believe it was 5.
This was on Jimmy Kimmel Live the other night.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the video this morning and I was laughing myself silly. They showed the video of the guy taking it. And like Jimmy said, it's like from a Motorola Razr from 10 years ago, the video. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the zoo, it's not from the zoo.
No, it was some guy had exotic pets, which I didn't think you were supposed to have them, but I mean, I haven't really been keeping up. I don't know if he illegally had monkeys.
I don't know monkey law.
I don't know monkey. But I'll tell you what, I'm watching it next season, Monkey Law on NBC. And then there's going to be Monkey Law Chicago, Monkey Law Los Angeles. Yeah. Monkey Law.
CSI Monkeys. The first 48 with monkeys. RoboMonkey. It just keep going.
RoboMonkey. Yeah. Half man, half monkey, half machine.
Yeah.
RoboMonkey.
All monkey.
But no, there's been all these memes about, this is how, Planet of the Apes got started.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's fun when we're in the news. Why are we always in the news for stupid shit?
You don't remember when the cow escaped?
No.
You don't remember when the cow escaped?
No.
Oh, God, a cow. This was Bush was still president.
Okay, we might not have been here. We moved here in 2007.
A cow escaped the slaughterhouse. Okay, and was on the loose.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, no. The what's even better was like they had aerial footage of cops chasing this cow, and the cow got into the woods and ran off and got loose, got free.
Yeah.
The whole country was like, we can't kill this cow. We can't send it back to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
There's no way. And so it's like
the Shawshank cow.
We're just trying to protect you. The cow's like, the hell you are. So they finally captured the cow and sent it to a farm. After
dude, can you go visit this cow now?
if it's still alive.
Oh, I'm sure
it was a long time ago. But I think we have the book. I believe we have the children's book. It wasn't too long ago when another guy who owned all those exotic animals, lions and tigers, and he had a ton of wild, crazy animals you're not supposed to have.
Exactly.
Jack Hanna had to come down from the Columbus Zoo and help in the capture. Which most of these animals had to have been shot. They were on the loose in the But we have wild animals escaping Cincinnati all the time.
I remember there was a rig full of hogs that crashed in Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh man!
On the it was either Huntington or Ashland, Kentucky. That was either, I can't remember if it was past the thing, but apparently there were hogs all over the road and falling off the overpass. Hogs don't understand overpasses.
No, they don't. They don't know that when you hit an overpass, you got to go slower because it freezes and it's slicker.
Yeah.
Something that you had noticed the other day is that it looks like movie theaters are. Well, movie theaters have been open.
Yeah, for the psychos. But for normal people.
Right.
Because there was a couple things on that. There is a particular movie coming out that I'm excited. Oh, Black Widow.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to see that in the theater. Okay. Because we're both vaccinated at this point.
Yes, we are.
So piss on them.
Yeah.
We're going to go see it.
Yeah, we're going to sit right next to each other.
But they
eat popcorn out of the same box.
Yeah, but they were saying, I saw a thing where Kong versus Godzilla is like the #1 movie in the world right now. And there was some discussion of how is this possible? And it was like, how is it not possible? It's like nobody is going to see, Legends of the Fall or whatever the hell movie.
Remains of the Day, Downton Abbey.
No, we've been through 2020. We're done with it. We want to see a giant monkey fight a giant lizard in a city.
You know what? Let's jump back a couple of years.
Yeah,
I mentioned Downton Abbey. When the Downton Abbey movie came out, it opened up the same week as the last Rambo movie, and Downton Abbey clobbered Rambo at the theater. Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, got his ass kicked at the movie theater by a bunch of English socialites.
The last Rambo movie wasn't really good.
I didn't see it.
It would have been good as a TV movie.
Okay, like Cinemax or
a very special episode of Everybody Loves Raymond or something. It's like,
hey, why are you killing all these people, huh? Hey, where's Deborah? How come you? Hey, come on, you don't have to kill all the people.
If it were like, what was
you
it
doing?
What was it? The Equalizer that was popular when we were kids.
It was.
You remember that?
Yeah. With Edward Woodward,
the old guy. You're like, he's too old to be an action guy.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
No, he still kicks some butt. So.
All right.
But no, I'm hoping when the theaters open up, because I'll tell you, I miss the popcorn.
I do.
I miss the movie popcorn. I miss seeing the trailers for the new movies.
Yeah.
I miss we've got a nice movie room.
Yeah, you do.
You can't compare it to going to the movies.
Yeah. I want to go into the Dolby theater with the red speakers,
Yes. Yeah.
And just get into it.
Yeah.
Roll with it. Yeah.
But the thing I don't miss about the movies is the people talking behind you, and then my wife has to stand up and threaten to fight every one of them with her bare hands.
People are going to be talking their asses off when these things are.
Can you believe we haven't been to the movie theater over a year?
Look at it. I haven't been there. I haven't been hurting.
Exactly.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
I've been to the movies twice in the past year.
Have you really?
Yeah, we went to see The Croods. Remember I told you about The Croods? It's the worst movie I've ever seen. It's like
Charlie really, really wants to see that. Like we've come close to buying it a few times.
I don't know. Do not buy it. Don't buy it.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Have you seen SpongeBob SquarePants, A Sponge Out of Water?
No.
That's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I like SpongeBob.
Do you really?
Of course I'm a fan of SpongeBob.
You've got to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Sponge Out of Water.
Okay.
You will you'll die laughing.
Okay.
I embarrassed Andrew. I was laughing so hard.
That's how I was with Despicable Me too.
Can I tell you a small point?
I literally damn near fell out of my seat laughing at those stupid minions.
So, let me tell you a small moment.
Gotcha.
There's a moment where SpongeBob, I don't know how this happens. He ends up on a space station orbiting like Jupiter or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's run by dolphins. He's talking to a dolphin that's in a robe and standing straight up.
Of course.
And he's talking about how they're going to do something or other. And he said, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom." And he waddles off the screen. And they do real time. SpongeBob's just standing there like, being SpongeBob. Me and Andrew sitting there in the theater. Mm-hmm. The dolphin comes back and it has a thing of toilet paper trailing on its flipper. I was cackling. I was cackling so loud that Andrew's face was red. It was awful.
You watched this at home?
No, in the theater.
Okay.
In the theater. Okay. He was embarrassed because I was laughing so loud. I couldn't stop.
All right, we've got some fan questions.
Yeah.
Kim wants to know, why do Cincy folks have such deep misunderstanding of chili? She's got a point.
Yeah, it's like a brown sauce.
I know. For anybody who does not live in Cincinnati, which is a lot of people, we have listeners in France, Mexico, Slovakia.
2 listeners in France. Yeah.
In Cincinnati, Ohio, you can get something called Skyline chili or Gold Star chili.
If you come,
it's spaghetti with chili and about 18 pounds of cheese.
If you come to America and you land in Cincinnati, Ohio, do not get chili. That's not chili. You get chili in Texas, Louisiana,
yes,
New York, Chicago. Yeah. Those are places you get chili. Cincinnati has to be weird.
Yeah,
it's the oat milk of chili.
It's the
it is.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. You know, you can get the Conies, the miniature hot dogs with chili and cheese, and I put ketchup on mine. And I don't care what people say. I put ketchup on my hot dog, and I'm not going to take from you or anybody.
I put ketchup on my hot dog, but a normal hot dog, not a Coney.
Right.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Kim, thanks for your question. And our last question of the night, Steve wants to know, what's the cheesiest pickup line you've ever heard or the cheesiest pickup line you've ever used?
Oh,
now,
Lord.
I was not good at picking up Bo. I know people are surprised. Like, Darin, you probably dated girls all the time. I was not good at meeting women, and I didn't have a pickup line. I really didn't.
Yeah.
A good one that I've heard, this one guy I knew, he would ask women, what's in that drink? And then, like, seriously, that works. What's in that drink? And he swears to God that it worked every single time. But the dumbest one I ever heard was, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together. That's the worst. How did you ask out best?
I got up enough courage, but I guess the best line is one that she used on me. Mm-hmm. She said, "You look like Tom Cruise."
For some reason, I'm doubting.
That's what she said.
She did not.
She did say that. It was the very first sentence she ever said to me.
She said,
was,
you look like Tom Cruise. Okay.
I had hair back then.
Uh-huh. I find that hard.
And in my mind, you can ask her. Next time you see her, you can ask her. And in my mind, I thought, well, hell, half the battle's won already. She already thinks I look like Tom Cruise.
Right.
I'm hoping that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, listen, there's one thing that I've been wanting to tell on this episode, and I know we're running long. We're going to wrap up the show with what I describe as the most epic comeback of all time. Okay. And this was a story that happened to me.
An epic comeback that you delivered.
That I delivered.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I've been known, it's like I'm kind of quick. I can get a good comeback sometimes.
Throw a zinger out there.
I can throw a zinger out every now and then. So when I was in Tennessee, this is in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s.
Okay.
My buddy Adam and I are driving around Johnson City. We're in my car. We got some music playing. We got the windows down.
Yeah.
And we're at a red light. A car pulls up next to us, and it's 2 girls.
Okay.
The girls look at us, and one asks me, "Are y'all gay?" Okay.
Okay.
Now,
which is what I said to you the first time we met.
Now listen.
Yeah.
We weren't listening to ABBA or Barry Manilow or It's Raining Men.
Okay.
We weren't listening to any music that would make someone think we were gay. We weren't wearing pink. We weren't holding hands. We weren't making out.
No.
I'm driving. He's in the car next to me.
Uh-huh.
We weren't doing anything to make people think that we would be gay. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, yeah.
So she pulls up and she says, "Are y'all gay?"
Yeah.
This is when I looked at her and I said, "No, but I would be gay before I had sex with either of you." The light turned green and her jaw drops to the floor and you hear Adam go, "Oh!" Never saw him again.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
It just hit me.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so a few weeks ago, my son was in school and I gave him a bunch of my old concert t-shirts.
Okay.
So he wore my Van Halen shirt to school.
Van Halen, what era are we talking here? 1984?
No.
Balance?
OU812.
Okay.
It was the Sammy Hagar concert t-shirt.
Yep. Okay.
He wears the shirt and this kid said, "Oh, you're a real Van Halen fan, or are you just someone who likes 1984 or whatever?" And Jacob's like, "What?" And so I'm trying to help Jacob with his comebacks. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then it reminded me of that story.
Yeah.
So I told my son the story.
Yeah.
He goes on to tell all his friends that story.
Okay.
And I'm like, "You can't tell people that story." He says, "Dad, my friends think you're legendary." All right, guys. Well, this wraps it up for this show. Thank you to all our new listeners in France and Mexico and Slovakia and
all our friends, the new live listener all of a sudden
Tennessee and Ohio. And I feel like that chick on that kids TV show. I'm looking through the magic circle and just saying thank you to Billy and Steve and Chris and Lisa for listening. And we really appreciate everybody out there.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. Go to our website. Check us out. Visit our Patreon page. We don't have to do much right now because we don't have very many patrons.
No,
once we do,
have one.
I'm worried that we're going to have to start working for this.
But
right now, we don't have to do anything. Yeah, we're ready to do that. We got a lot of stuff that's on the cutting room floor. Good Lord, this episode alone, we've got a lot of stuff we can cut out and put in bonus packs.
Yeah.
But
thanks, guys. See you later.
This has been Irritable Dad Syndrome. If you would like a written transcript of this show, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Westchester, Ohio 45011. Thanks for listening.